Hi guys, this is Crystal and this is another episode of Eat to Heal. So my son has been home from school a lot lately. Well, it's summer, so I've been just doing a lot of extra cooking and making like a lot of his favorite things, and he loves this dish right here in the screen. It is called Moroccan beet salad, although I call it Beet-a-Bouli because, I call any kind of salad that's sort of chopped up a bouli salad. So this could be called Moroccan beet salad, or it could be called Beet-a-Bouli, whatever you prefer. It doesn't matter. What really matters is that you try it. So I started making this because I was really low on iron. A couple years ago, my ND said if you had been 1 point lower on your iron levels, I would have sent you to the hospital to have a blood transfusion. So I started looking at all these great food sources for iron, and of course this has beets, which are good for iron, and just the blood in general, and other things. The parsley, I think, is, and I'm not sure. I should know that. But parsley is just chock full of all kinds of good things. And then, of course, there's citrus in there, which adds to the vitamin C, which helps with iron absorption. And then I use cumin, which is probably one of the most heavy laden with iron spices that you can get. And so once I learned about these, I started eating beets as much as possible, and I put cumin in pretty much everything. And I love it, so it's not like it's a big problem or anything for me. And then there's onions in there, which is also good for helping to cleanse your liver. I mean, this is just like tabbouleh, Moroccan beet salad, like amazing foods, just all in all, just amazingly healthy. Now, this is not 100% raw. The beets are cooked. I usually try to cook them minimally. So sometimes they have a little bit of a crunch to them, but then sometimes I get busy and I forget and I cook them a little bit too much, and then they're really nice and soft, which I like them that way, but I like them both ways. But I do try to cook them minimally, so they're just a little bit soft, and then that retains, I think it's the folate or something in them that you want to retain. But you can eat beets raw, and I have tried to eat beets raw. I did like a raw food diet for about 3 or 4 days, and I had like raw beets, and I just didn't like them, but I'm going to be forcing myself to eat raw beets like once a month, and maybe eventually I will acquire the taste for them. So anyway, so this is my beet salad. Now, but here's the reality of making Moroccan beet salad. It took us about an hour to make it, and I had help with my son. My son helped me stem the parsley. Now, you can have the stems in there, and that's fine, and they're healthy, but I just kind of it's just nice not to have the stems. I just really like the leaves. But sometimes when I'm in a big hurry, I will make them a little more stemmy, and then I run the parsley through a food processor to get them a little more finely chopped up. But my son helped me de-stem the parsley, and then he made the dressing. Like, that's his thing. He likes to make the dressing. So hopefully I can get him before the end of the summer to help me make a video showing how to make this and tabbouleh and maybe even hummus and some other Middle Eastern things, or things that are thought of as Mediterranean Middle Eastern. His family is Lebanese, and so, he's like an expert. Okay, but this is the reality. Oh, so did I mention it took me about an hour with me and my son? So this could be, if you were making this all on your own and you were making a large amount, this is a relatively large amount, it could take you a couple hours to make this all by yourself, just so you know. Okay, now this is now what I'm left with, the dishes. If you remember in my last video, I was talking about how, yeah, you have to put these salads together and then you've got all these dishes. Well, this is what the Moroccan beet salad aftermath looks like. Now, if I were doing the beets raw, I wouldn't have this pot, but I would pretty much probably have everything else. So yeah, now I got to do all the dishes. So this is the reality of making healthy food. Now, I think that this could be the reality for people that make food that's really bad for you too. So why not just make the healthy food? Because no matter what, you're going to have like a bunch of dishes. But again, this is another reason why I'm a big, just grab some fruit and eat that proponent. Well, there's so much to love about fruit, but you do need to have other things too, and this is just amazing. Like the whole time we were making it, I'm like, oh my gosh, the parsley smells so good. Like after you mix it up in the food processor or chop it up, I'm like, oh my God, just the smell of this is probably healing you, you know. And then the limes, like, because we use like a lime sauce. I think it's typically made with lemon, but we like to use limes. And oh, it just smells so good. And the cumin, just when you're making this, you're just like, oh. Anyways, so I'm going to be putting the lid on this and marinating it in the refrigerator for a couple hours. My son went to basketball, and then this will have been marinated for quite some time, and then we will eat it and it will be yummy. But yeah, what else was I going to say? That's pretty much it. So hopefully soon we will be doing a video on how exactly to make this. It's not real hard, and I will put the recipe up on the video eventually. Although you can look up a recipe for Moroccan beet salad, but I have a way that I like to make it that I want to share with you that you might enjoy, and then you can try it different ways and figure out how you like to eat it. Okay, well, thanks so much for stopping by, and I hope that you are well and that you are able to find a way to heal from whatever it is that ails you, whether it's fibroids and other problems. And have a great day. Bye.